Are you afraid of reality? Are you afraid of accepting what's inside? Are you afraid of who you really are? And yeah, you want to get depressed? Watch I Saw the TV Glow. Damn, that movie messed me up. Super sad, kind of killed me. Still sad. We'll never see it again, but I'm glad I did. I think. I hope. So, I Saw the TV Glow is by Jane something. I forgot this person's last name. Trans man, trans woman director. I don't know. I couldn't tell. One of them. Great titles for him or her films. This, I Saw the TV Glow, and We're All Going to the World's Fair. Very weird titles. Don't really relate to the films. Or relate to films, but not like that much. You don't have that much of a... Like, We're All Going to the World's Fair is an odd title. This is an odd title. But I like them both. Either way, that movie I didn't like. The previous one, We're All Going to the World's Fair, because the ending very much killed it for me, deflated it. This one I loved. I loved it. Justice Smith actor I don't really care for. Loved him in this. Bridget Lundy, whatever the hell. She's young Keanu in the Bill and Ted movie. She was great. And this is a movie about... It's so hard to spoil, and also so hard to not spoil. Two very socially awkward, alone people, very just introverted, don't connect in society people, get obsessed with a TV show that's basically Buffy the Vampire mixed with Goosebumps, called The Pink Opaque. And then they go through different phases of their life throughout the years of meeting one another, and she's trying to convince him that he's inside the show. And it's very metaphorical. And the metaphor is really one of those things that makes or breaks the film for you. Now, director does such a good job of not making it blatant what it's about, to where it can mean multiple things to you. It meant something entirely different for me than I think it meant for other people and what the director intended. But it works on that level, and I think that's what a great film does, is you present an art, you don't tell people what to think about it, and then they see whatever they want to see within the art. It almost works like a Rorschach test. And if a good director is being a good director, that's how you present your art, like a Rorschach test. And the audience tells you what they see. Even if it looks a specific way to you, the director, what you created, you have this intent, say, what do you see? And I'm like, this is a great thing that it can be interpreted in several ways that scares a lot of people usually. It's kind of like a David Lynchian thing. But it either hits or misses for you. And God, it hit. It killed me. It brutally killed me. So, spoilers. So, prior to spoilers, I'm going to give this movie a 5. Because I think most people are going to hate it. But I think it connected with me on such a soul level that I loved it. And it made me really depressed. Made me feel something. And I'll probably never watch it again. But I think it succeeded so depthfully. So, yeah. Acting's great. Cinematography's great. Editing's great. Sound is great. It's just a technically proficient film. Super interesting throughout the entire time. I like the idea of two people being obsessed with the show, and it has a lot to say about nostalgia and how we look back on things that back in the day we loved it, but when we see it from our point of view now, we realize those rose-colored glasses are why we loved it, and things become across as cheesier. And like I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer right now for the first time ever. It's a very hokey, cheesy TV show, but that's kind of the charm of it. But I look at a lot of things that I used to like, and I'm just like, I don't really care for them anymore, and it's kind of sad. Especially movies. There's a lot of movies I watch, and I'm just like, I used to love it. Like Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. Loved every second of it. And now Matt Reeves made his new thing. I'm like, no, this is the Batman I've always wanted. And I was like, I didn't realize that until it was made. It has a lot to say about who you are internally and discovering who you are internally, and how you need to do that while you're young, and how you got to like accept somebody else who's in the same situation and let them guide you if they got there first. And she's kind of trying to tell him to escape this fake reality or enter this fake reality, however you want to see that. And it connected with me because I'm like, I feel like a person who, I can't handle reality. I can't handle adulting. I feel like mentally, I'm not built for it. And I also feel like engaging with reality is how I die. I feel like engaging with the real world is killing me. And escaping into my mind, escaping into other things, this, drawing, writing, things like that, creative little ventures, skateboarding, I love. I could escape reality. And I feel like that's a problem for me at the same time, because I spent so much time disengaged from reality and very little time engaged with reality that I'm screwing myself in the long run. And that's ultimately my lifelong fear. My lifelong fear is that I'm screwing myself over because I'm so scared to just go on the track of reality, because the track is so miserable. See what it did to my parents. I'm just like, I don't want this. I don't want to be engaged with this fucking world. So sad. So it made me think about that a lot, especially how it ended. So spoilers. Very last thing, he spent his whole life scared and just going through the motions of life, kind of on autopilot. Just doing life. That's it. He's just doing the thing that everybody else does. I'm like, this is so many adults. So many adults are engaged in this level. They're just going through the motions of doing life. And he ends with cutting himself open after having a big panic attack. And he sees the world inside of him. But he just can't go there anymore. And then he goes out of the bathroom and starts apologizing to the world for his freak out. And it ends, and you're just like, this is how it is. He's like, I'm dying because he himself is just not meant for this world that he's engaged in. And he should have went with this other girl to be themselves and disengage. And it was like escaping the Matrix, and he stood within the Matrix. And that to me was so powerful and so sad. And I'm like, he is so many who are just going to grow old and die. And I'm trying so hard to not be that. But I was like, that's my fear, is I'm going to be that. And I was like, damn. It hit me real good. So, yeah, the movie messed me up. I highly recommend, but I word of warning that it either hits you or it completely misses you. There's like no in between with this movie. There's no, I kind of liked it. It's either you hated it or you loved it. Because if it doesn't connect, because the whole point is what this metaphor is, what they're showing. If it doesn't connect with you, it ain't going to work at all. So, yeah. I saw the TV Glow. Great film. Fantastic stuff. Fuck me up.